This is TIKTAK'S reporting for the Storm Report. This week, Archaeolo-Jess. Is she worth it? Not really. No, she really isn't worth it, especially if you have one. She is a complete reskin of PathFinder Jess, one of the easiest and most basic characters you can get in the game, especially now with Flux being a thing. You get, I think, 2 of these throughout the game that you can just level up from purple or blue, whatever you actually get. She's also another hero that comes out of mini llamas, I'm pretty sure. So, not really worth it. She looks cool, and I guess you can use her as a secondary support if you don't have one for the increased pickaxe damage, but she is definitely a collector's edition and a pricey one at that. I would highly suggest not going for her if you don't need her. Always get the rain, always get the lightning, always get the Perk-Up and RePerk. If you have not, stay away from her maybe until the end of the event, maybe pick her up, but that's really it. She is an event item, not a weekly item, so she's not going anywhere for a while, but just know, guys, that she's just a reskin. Really not worth it, especially if you have one. If you are a collector and you want one, grab her. As for the weekly items, nothing really new to report until next week and the assault rifle comes out, but we do have a wall dynamo and a doom hammer in the weekly items. Doom hammer is 100% skip. Do not pick this up. Hammers are in the worst place they've ever been. Do not get them. All melee damage itself is just pretty pitiful right now. And lastly, we have a wall dynamo. Now, the wall dynamo is probably top 5 traps in the game. If you don't have one, pick one up. They are worth it 100%. I would get this over the new Jess that we have. And lastly, guys, they finally increased the flux for us. It's up to 10, which I know doesn't seem like a lot, but it technically is double per weekly item reset, and allows maybe some niche items that you want to try out and only have the purple versions of to be able to get them, to maybe, you know, lighten that load. It's a really small update for us, really tiny. Next week we get an assault rifle, which I will bring you guys firsthand, 100%, maxed out to 106 to try it out to see if it's any good. I will try to save my Perk-Up and RePerk, but that's kind of like a segue. For the rest of this video, it's not going to be a long one. Let's talk about Perk-Up and RePerk and what the hell is wrong with this system that they introduced. A lot of people are saying that it's the worst, best patch we've ever had. Alright, so it took 8 months, but they finally introduced a reroll system, and it's probably one of the better things they've introduced in this game. But there is a epidemic that is happening in the higher tiered missions, at least. I'm going to try not to make this confusing and lose my train of thought. But there's like something happening that's going on in the higher tiered missions if you're far enough into the game where it's quite, I don't know, just not fun to do. So I wrote down some numbers. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. But just to let you guys know, this patch, this system, this recombobulator system, if you're new to the game, none of this affects you. It's not going to affect you at all. By the time you get to the point where it would affect you, you'll have enough of each material. Now, let me just get on into what exactly I'm talking about. 4 hours. It takes 4 hours to level up 1 perk on 1 gun from common to legendary. It takes 4 hours. For a complete gun, it will take closer to 15 hours to do so. On top of that, people have multiple guns that they want to level up. This isn't a good sign that new content is coming. Possibly this is what they want us to work on. Let me go into the numbers a little bit, just so you guys know. Uncommon Perk-Up, it takes 100 to level up your gun. This mission you see behind you is me and my friends trying to do legendary Perk-Up as fast as we can. Single Atlas mission. I think we got 41 to 45 legendary Perk-Up every time we completed it. It took us 8 minutes and 30 seconds, give or take a few variables here and there, such as not being able to find the Atlas in time, not having blue glow in time, stuff like that. But on average, it took us 8 minutes and 30 seconds for complete rush of this mission. In that 8 minutes and 30 seconds, we got 45 Perk-Up. However, just to do 1 perk on one of your guns for legendary Perk-Up, it costs 345. That means we would have to run this mission 8 times. If we started at 0, we'd have to run this mission 8 times to level up 1 perk on one of our guns, and most of us have at least 20 that we want to do. So if you had a weapon that was, starting from scratch, that maybe had 2 gray rolls, 1 green roll, 2 blue rolls, you would be farming for that weapon for a very long time. After running the numbers, it's closer to about, at least at this level where you receive 45 PerkUp per mission completion, it will take about 15 to 18 hours to level up 1 gun. Completely maxed 100%. Now, that doesn't sound bad, and it's not that terrible. The problem I'm having, and a lot of people are having with it, is the monotony. Especially the lower end PerkUp, the uncommon, even the epic sometimes, but the rare and uncommon PerkUp is a grind, a slog, any adjective you want to describe boring with, you could fill it in right here and it would be 100% correct. There is no reason in the world a group of people who are level 115 plus should have to go down to Plankerton to farm something that is a necessity to level up their guns. It is the most boring thing I've done in this game in a year. In a year, guys. I was never forced to go to an area that I did not think was, fun. The only time they did something similar was during Horde Bash, but that was a completely different event and nothing really carried over to the main game. So without getting into this too much, because I do have another video about how we did this, what missions to look for to get on your PerkUp RePerk grind. That video should be coming later on this week. But, without going into too much details, just know, guys, that this was implemented kind of poorly. I don't think the developers have many people, if any, at this high of mission levels that they actually test this stuff, because I know that if I was a tester for this game, I would say, you guys are crazy. Why would I do this? Why do I have to go down to Plankerton to farm something that's necessary for me to actually progress through this game's crafting system? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. But like I said, we'll have more details about it next time. This store report was really short because there wasn't much in the store. I just wanted to share with you my feelings about the whole percolator, recombobulator. And yeah, that's about it, guys. We'll have a new video out in a day or two about that. We also have easy shadow shard farming coming up as well. Stay tuned. If you want to join the Discord, there is a link down below in the description. Over 1,100 members strong. Great community, great people. Hope to see you there. We'll see you for the next one. TikTak out.